Hey guys, so Tory Lanez has dropped his I want to say first because he might do this again, but I don't know. Album called Peterson, which I'm pretty sure is his IRL last name from prison. He dropped Peterson from prison, and I just want to say, all things considered, forgetting all the bad things, if he did shoot Megan Thee Stallion, if he didn't, I just want to say that I think it is very impressive for him to be able to drop an album at all, to record music at all from prison. I think it is insanely impressive, and I feel like I'm I don't want to say that and then y'all think that I'm going to include that in my points because I'm not. In my overall rating, I'm not. I'm just not going to do it. It has nothing to do if I find the album good or not. I just want to say I think it's impressive the fact that we have an album at all. I think that's impressive. I do. And that doesn't make me like the album anymore. Because to be honest with you guys, I think this album is kind of painfully mid. Even though it is impressive to do this, a couple of songs you can kind of hear it a little bit, which I tried not to take into account too much because he can't help it. You know what I mean? Like he can't help it at all. There are some kind of cool lyrics on here. He talks about how it is in jail, like in general, about how he actually didn't even do anything in the first place, which there is evidence that he did do it, but it is a very weird court case, and I kind of am in the opinion that no one really knows what happens. I'm an innocent until proven guilty type of guy. I always have been, and you can't really prove that he did it. They can't prove it at all. There's just evidence that says he did, so he got locked up for it. It is kind of crappy. It's been a bad situation because there is no straight story. There are like 5 different stories about how the whole event went down. But that's besides the point. I do think a lot of these songs are way too long. I'm looking on my laptop right here to find songs for you guys. One of these songs is 7 minutes. That is way too long. For 20 tracks, this album is an hour and a half. That's not good. None of these, besides the intro, are below 2.5 minutes. That is not good. Tory Lanez I don't think has ever been good at holding on to really long dates or long run times like that. 4.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes, 5.5 minutes, 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes, almost 3 minutes. Not good. Back to what I was saying on the cool lyrics. He talks about wanting Iggy Azalea back, and he talks about wanting that in like one of my favorite songs, by the way, Nine Side X Amethyst. Love that. He talks about his time in prison. He talks about finding God. He talks about how Chris Brown, I think, paid a lot of like his lawyer fees and stuff, and like helped him pay for certain stuff. I think that's really cool. I like hearing some of that stuff on here, but other stuff it's just kind of the way you're painting yourself can't be proven. You know what I mean? So it's risky because if one little thing comes out, immediately everything you talk about in this album is for the birds. You know what I'm saying? It's for nobody. So it's kind of hard to believe everything you're saying because obviously you could be easily lying. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to paint yourself like this messiah when no one knows if you are or if you aren't. If you would have got on here and rapped about how, yeah, no one knows what happened, so why am I in jail right now? You know what I'm saying? That is a better way to attack it than just straight up acting like you did nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? The highs are definitely decently like little way high, but a lot of the lows on here, I just get bored. It's boring. Boring album, which I feel like is worse than being a bad album. I didn't really run into a song that I really liked enough to like put in my likes on Spotify until Non-Side X Amethyst, which is that's 6 tracks in. None of these before it are bad per se, but I don't want to re-listen to them. And then I like those, and I like this Mawa interlude, and then 3 more tracks until I found 2 more that I liked. Few more tracks, found 1 more that I liked. I felt the Lady Cop is a good song in my opinion. And then the rest of them, they're mute. They're a put. You know what I mean? The features on here, most of them suck. I ain't gonna lie, there's a couple that are fine. but most of the features on here kind of suck. This Yoko Gold guy, don't really like him. King Midas, no. Wolfgang Peterson and Kwai Peterson. I think it's his family, but I didn't like him on the song. That song is 7 minutes and 13 seconds. Like, what? Yeah, even though it's good for him being in jail, overall, if I stack this up with his other albums, this is definitely one of his worst, one of his weaker ones. And I'm saying that as a Tory Lanez fan. I like Tory Lanez, y'all. Playboy is one of my favorite favorite albums. I love Alone at Prom. I have an Alone at Prom vinyl, I just don't have it on my person. And I have a cassette tape because I thought that was cool. Playboy, I love it. The new Toronto 3 is a decent album. I love I Told You. Chicks Tape 5 is a good project. I love a lot of those, you know what I'm saying? But this is just one of his weaker ones. It's one of his weaker ones. That's Sorry for What. I like Sorry for What. You know what I'm saying? That's a good project too. And it's kind of not a coincidence probably that this album is a sequel to Daystar, at least that's what he said. It's probably not a coincidence that the sequel to that is one that I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Or like an album that I think is one of his weaker ones. I think both of those are two of his weaker songs. But anyway, guys, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. It's honestly, after thinking about it and after what I've been talking about, that sounds too good. I'm giving it a 3. 3 out of 10. That sounds fair in my opinion. If you made it to the end of this video, I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Hit the bell. I'm always listening to music. I'm the busiest rap music nerd. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, if you want to join this Patreon for as little as $1.50 a month, you could have seen this early, I think. And, you get tons of other exclusive membership rewards, you know what I'm saying? If you want to join. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day, and I love y'all.